Music has a great ability to bring people together. That's why festival season is so important. To celebrate the launch of Eurostar's Traction Festival, Q magazine have put together a list of the most iconic festival moments of all time. At number 11 you've got Muse. Number 10, Johnny Cash. Number 9, a gig that I would have given anything to be at, and that's the Rolling Stones in Hyde Park. Just a few days after Brian Jones was found dead in a swimming pool, it turned into a kind of memorial concert for them. And I remember clearly from the videotape that I've seen this moment when Mick Jagger walks on stage and he opens this cardboard box and thousands of butterflies fly up into Hyde Park. At number 8 on the list is Bob Dylan at Newport Folk Festival, 1965.
What I think is interesting about this is it's not so much the gig itself as what it signified and its importance in the history of pop music. Of course, Dylan played the year previously in 1964, very much in his sort of acoustic singer-songwriter, folk singer vibe, and he was hailed as the darling of the festival, and you know that whole folk community rallied around him. Then move it just 1 year on, and he decides to perform Electric for the very first time, and I think you can't really underestimate what a shock that was at the time.
At number 7, 1992, Nirvana at Reading. At the end of their gig they did a rendition, America's Stars and Stripes. At number 6, someone pipped him to the post, and that was Jimi Hendrix, Woodstock.
It's gotta be Jimi Hendrix. It's gotta be Woodstock, Jimi Hendrix. I wish I'd have been there. That would have been like the most amazing sort of event of that time, because it was bringing a lot more than just one band doing it. It was basically bringing different kinds of music to a wider audience and cultures in a way. So I think Jimi Hendrix, that would have been the concert to be at.
Number 5, Blur at Glastonbury, 2009. You know, they'd been off the scene for a while. People didn't know if they could headline or not, but when they did come back, it was a really emotional performance.
I think when Blur had announced they were getting back together and they started playing some smaller shows, there was a wave of relief and excitement amongst the general public that one of Britain's favourite bands was finally getting back together again. I think nowhere was this more evident than on stage at Glastonbury. I mean, you can see it in the band's faces when they're performing. Just the love coming out of the crowd for that band and those songs was overwhelming.
At number 4, U2, Live Aid 1985. The band were on stage, and I remember there was a girl being crushed down the front of the barriers. Bono goes down to her, gets off the stage, goes down to her, pulls her over the barrier and onto the stage, and for the rest of the song serenades to her. Now that is a Bono moment. And now we're into the top 3, and at number 3, in 1981, AC/DC played Castle of Donington, when they were the monsters of rock. At number 2, Glastonbury 2011, Beyonce, a little bit different. The year after Jay-Z had played Glastonbury, to mixed reviews. Keep it in the family though. At number 1, it's 1985, and it's Live Aid, and it's Queen. You know, I was lucky enough to stand on the side of the stage that day and watch Queen and Freddie Mercury go through their paces. What you have to remember here is that Queen were on a little bit of a lull. You know, it wasn't the best part of their career. They weren't selling that many records. But when Freddie walked on, he walked right past me as I stood on the side of the stage. They played for about 17 minutes, but filled it with 6 incredible songs. So this put Queen at the pinnacle of their career. That is probably the best moment in rock history I've ever experienced.